Hello, everyone. This is Michael, and for anyone who's been following me on my blog or on my YouTube channel, I apologize. It's been roughly 6 months since I've made a video, so I'll touch on that again a little bit later. So for right now, I'm just gonna give an update on how things are going. So I am now it's been 15 months since I came out to, I would say, everyone, my coworkers and my co-volunteers and a lot of my friends and family. It's been 13 months as of 2 days ago that I started testosterone, and in 2 weeks it's going to be 1 year since I had my reconstructive chest surgery. So I had big plans on making this nice uh, year on testosterone video, and the milestone came. I was really busy and didn't have the motivation to really make that video, so maybe I will still. For now, this is what you get. So let's start with the physical stuff. So like I said, I'm 13 months on T, so I haven't really noticed big changes in the last 5 months or so. More gradual continuation of the same sort of changes. So my voice, I don't know if it's gone down in range very much in the last 5 6 months. Maybe settled down in a more um, consistent, maybe. But I still squeak sometimes when I'm trying to reach those higher ranges. Generally, though, I feel like this is pretty much what my voice is going to be like, which is perfectly fine with me. I'm happy with my voice. Hair, body hair, facial hair. So I feel like my facial hair hasn't come in as much as I was expecting it to in the 13 months, but it is gradually getting there. I find this area and here I have more. My lip hasn't really thickened up a whole lot, but it's there, and these two patches, like here. All this is sort of still pretty empty. I'm getting a few here, but not a whole lot. But I do shave every 2 3 days, because otherwise I feel it looks messy. Even though I love having that shadow when I haven't shaved in a few days. So it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to having more facial hair. Enough to have like a nice scruff at least. My face changed. When I look at pictures from a year ago, I can definitely see the change. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what has changed, except maybe my jawline, and I just have this fleshier look, I guess. I feel like my nose has gotten bigger, and my hairline has receded a little bit, so I find that gives me more of a masculine look as well. Some people have told me that my skin itself looks more rugged, not as soft looking, so that's pretty cool too. I like that. My metabolism is still a lot, I don't know, would you say, faster? Runs, I don't know, differently, I guess, than before. So I'm still hungrier than usual, eating more and warmer generally than before. My strength, it's amazing how much stronger I am and feel with no change in my workout regime, which is pretty much nil, other than a lot of walking. So yeah, it's great to feel stronger and to have gained muscle. I've gained a fair bit of muscle, especially in my torso, shoulders, arms, pecs, back mostly. Again, with little workout. And I'm even noticing my arms and even my hands seem bigger, which is pretty exciting. Overall, I feel like I'm proportioned a whole lot more like a cisgendered uh, guy would be, so that's pretty great. I still have a fair bit of acne. I guess on a scale of 1 to 10, I don't feel like I'm close to even being 10 in severity. as compared to other people. It's still more than I did before, mostly on my back and a little bit on my chest. I guess because my hair follicles, pores are changing. I don't know. And on my face, it's mostly where I'm getting more hair. Excuse me, that I'm finding a bit of acne, but it's really not terrible. So that's all I can think about in terms of the physical thing. Emotionally, I feel very stable. I feel happy. I feel confident and right. Um, that hasn't really changed really in the last 7 months or so. So it's pretty awesome. I feel like emotionally I'm processing things correctly. Not that um, before it was wrong, it was just wrong for me. I felt like my emotions were being felt and generated in a way that were at odds with how I felt it should be happening, and now it feels right how I feel things. So I didn't really experience a huge change in my temper, say, but it did. I did find that I'm not as patient as I used to be. Find myself more assertive than before, and I don't anger really. I never really was a kind of person to get angry. I still don't really get angry, but I would say that I'm quicker to anger than before. So I guess it's related to the testosterone. With regards to my feeling confident and assertive, I think that's just part of feeling like I look and sound and feel like I should. I am in line with how I felt I should be, so I think that's sort of a byproduct of that. Overall, it's fantastic. I never realized how miserable I was before um, until I wasn't anymore, and now everything feels easier. My career, my social life, all my social interactions now are so much easier and natural feeling. Yeah, it's really great. I have absolutely no regrets at all with regards to deciding to transition and deciding to start hormones and deciding to have surgery. Those things have improved my quality of life so much. It's amazing. So, on the topic of social, I feel like I pass, meaning I'm perceived as male pretty much all the time. Um, I do still occasionally have to come out to people. Um, it's generally when I'm, say, shopping and run into someone that I haven't seen in a really long time, and they weren't, say, on my Facebook, or I don't see them at work or anything like that. And yeah, it's weird because they'll see me, and one woman in particular, she's like, "My God, your voice!" So I'm beyond people not noticing the difference. So generally, I have to come out. Usually, what I'll do is just say I go by Michael now, and they'll make the association. Then coming out is a whole lot easier than it used to be, and that's one side of coming out, because to me, coming out always meant telling people that knew me um, before I transitioned and coming out as Michael. And now I am starting to have more people in my life that only know me as Michael and have met me, say, in the last 6 months. And so I have a lot of reasons to believe that they perceive me as a cisgendered male. So, you know, um, sometimes it happens that I inadvertently come out as trans because I have to tell them my birth name, because I haven't legally changed my birth name yet. I'm working on that. So yeah, that's I don't purposefully want to be stealth or try to be stealth. but I feel like it just happens, and I am uncomfortable with coming out as trans because I feel like it's none of anybody's business. And yeah. Now, if it comes up, I would say if I felt safe. So, yeah, I do still. I'm just looking at notes. So I do still have to occasionally correct people, as generally coworkers, and not necessarily those that I work very closely with. It might be coworkers that I worked with years ago, and are recently starting to interact with me again. I find those people I have to correct sometimes. I don't feel like it's on purpose, but it surprises me because so many people in my life will say, "Oh, I never know you're trans," and stuff like this. So it makes me feel like I haven't come as far as I have, even though I know that I have come a long way. So anyway, it is what it is. It doesn't upset me nearly as much as it used to, so that's good. And I have a lot of people that correct others for me if I'm not there, so it's good. Overall, fantastic. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I hadn't made any videos in 5 or 6 months, and at first I was sort of chalking it up to being really busy and enjoying the summer, enjoying being social and whatnot. And I, in the last week or so, sort of came to the conclusion that it was actually avoiding and being perfectly happy not talking about my transition. I would still make occasional posts on my Tumblr blog, but the videos, I've made a few and just didn't share them. And I feel like I needed this time of not talking about my transition, not thinking about my transition. I've just been Michael, dealing with my day-to-day challenges with my career, hobbies, my family, friends, my pets, all this other life stuff that happens outside of transition. And it's been really, really good for me. Uh, for 2, 3, 4 years, that's all I was thinking about all day, every day. And even when I started my transition, talking about it with so many people, making the videos, sharing the posts on my blog, all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, I got a lot of benefit from that myself, as well as wanting to give back to the community because I've received so much help from others sharing their stories, and I really wanted to, and still do, want to give back by sharing my story. So, but yeah, I felt like I just really needed that time away from all that stuff. And recently, in the last week or so, I've been feeling like I want to start sharing again. So this is what this video is, my homecoming, I don't know, coming back to sharing my stuff. So I have a few topics that I want to talk about in separate videos, but this is already 13 minutes long, so I'm going to wrap it up. So yeah, it's good. These milestones have been really awesome. Okay, so I'm just rambling now. Like I've said before in other videos, if anyone has any questions or requests for specific topics that they'd like for me to talk about, please send me a message. And yeah, look forward to hearing more from me. Thanks.